Hi, welcome to KATUR Solve Corporation Python online training. Today we are discussing about the lists in Python. So lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Okay, so technically we have the four built-in data types in Python. So the other three are tuples, sets, and dictionaries. So we'll be discussing those in the next session. So we will be seeing how we can create lists. So list should be created in square brackets. So let's create one list here, and 1 2 3 4 5. So now under the list num we have 5 values. So technically when you create the list, it should be with square brackets. This is very important. Now, so if you want to see what is stored under the values each, here we can use with the help of indexing. So indexing nothing but it will start with 0. So when I type num 0, it goes 1. So under the first index, value 1 is stored. So these all lists are mutables, meaning you can add values to this list, you can delete values into the list, and you can do all sort of things. So these lists are mutables, meaning changeables. So technically when you if you have any duplicate values in the list, it allows the duplicate values as well. But for now I don't have any duplicate values in this list, but in general when you say, when you add 2 2, it will still hold both twos duplicate values as well. Okay, the next thing in this list is, if you want to see the length of the list, you have a function defined, length of nums. So technically you have 5 values in this list. So let's see what will this will give us. It's 5. So when you want to see what is the minimum value in this list, you have a function called min, and you can say min of num, and this will give the minimum value in the function in the whole list. It is 1. If you say maximum value of the list, you can say max, and it will give you 5. If you want to do some aggregation of all the lists, so you can do sum. So it says it will sum up all the list values like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That is nothing but 15. So these are some operations you can do. You can do length on the list, you can do minimum on the list, you can do maximum on the list, you can do sum on the list. So these are some of the operations that you can try on the list. And the next concept is, so if I want to add a value in the list, how you can do that, or before adding any values to the list, how you can access these values. So as I told you, when you say num 0, so if I want to access from num uh, 2 until 4, this gave us 3 comma 4. Technically it said the indexing 2 to 4, 0 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So it is not including the end one. So before 4 it says 3 and 4 are, so it will not include the outer bound, so you need to make sure that. So for example, if I want to see all values after indexing 2, you can mention like this. It shows 3 4 5. These are all the values from the indexing position 2. So you have 1 2 3 4 5. So after 2 you have 3 4 5. If I want to only see uh, until second position, so you can do this. You can do until second position. It says 1 and 2. So until 1 and 2, so you have only these two indexing positions. So until second indexing position, it showed you these two. So these are the types how you can access the list. let me review once again. So it says 2 and 4, right? So until 4 it has access. When you're giving upper limits, so it says it will take until that limit. So uh, so if I want to do any negative indexing, that means if I want to search from a right side, so if I do this, so the first one from the right side is -1 indexing, it shows 5. So this is the type how you can access the values in the index. So until now we know how to create the list and how to access it, how to get the length of the list, how to get the minimum value in the list, how to get the maximum value in the list, how to get the sum in the list, and how we can access different values in the list. So 2 to 4 it's shared, 3 and 4 are the values, and if I want starting until second index it said 1 and 2. So here the second index is not included, so this is 0, 1 and 2, so it excluded 3 and it showed until 1 and 2. So if I say right side get me the first value in the list, it said -1, it showed 5. So this is how you can access the values in the list. So let's now try how to add a value to the list. So how to add a value in the list? So you can say num dot append. Now before our list is 1 2 3 4 5, now it added 6 to the list. So append is one of the method in the list that is used to add a value to the list. So for example, if I want to change uh, or remove the value 6 here, num dot remove 6. So now whatever value added before 6 got removed now. So if I want to remove the value 2 here, okay, so there is one more thing. Apart from method remove, you also have a method called as pop. So num dot pop, and you can say 1. So it says 2 is now removed. So if you browse all the list, before the list is 1 2 3 4 5, now the number 2 is removed. So now we have 1 3 4 and 5. See, these are some of the methods in list, because lists are mutable, so you can change whatever you want in the list. So what is we can change, right? So technically we can update as well in the list. So now you have 1 3 4 5, right? So here we can say num dot mm, okay, so you can change as well, right? So if, for example, if I want to insert something in between 1 and 3, so num dot insert 1 in between 1 and 3, you don't have 2, right? So let's insert 2 here, num. Now before there is 1 3 4 5, now after adding 2 at the index 1, meaning in the sense that the position 1 you got 1 2 3 4 5. So this is how you can add as well. So you know how to append, you can do in two ways. So like append, it will add at the end of the list. If you want at a specific location, you can do insert. To remove, you have two methods, you can do remove and pop. So there are other methods in this list that we are going to discuss in the next session. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like our channel. Thank you.